What's going on, everybody? Thinking Game Podcast. Today's episode: peer pressure, family pressure, streets pressure. How does a person think through and navigate pressure? Comes in all forms. It comes in all. Um, what am I trying to say? It comes in all phases of life. And one thing I can say, one thing that I can say that you got to have in all is self control. It's so important. Self control can be the difference between a crash out moment that you wish you could take back or a moment that you can prevent through self control and being able to think in real time and not letting the scenario cause you to be in a tough situation. Self control, very important. So, as we get into it today, thinking game, think, question, grow. Sometimes you have to question what you're doing in order to grow. What am I doing? Why am I reacting this way? And to grow, how do I either stop it if it's not good or increase it if it's positive? We have to think. It's life is constant thinking. I don't think there's ever a time we can go on autopilot, or the times I did, I made mistakes. The more that I think, the better I have a chance of making good decisions that won't come back and bite me later. The more time when I go on autopilot, that's usually the time when I be in trouble. That's just me. So I want to talk about this. I seen this today. Hot topic. Could this have been avoided? Let's take a look at this video real quick. Let me know in the comments. Could this have been avoided? Hold up. Hold on. Let me turn the sound back on. Thought I had the sound on. Cause this kind of stuff happens more than what people think. Um, they think it's fun and games until it's not fun and games. Did he have to do that? Could this have been avoided? Let me know in the comments. Could this have been avoided? Guy was in a pool with a hoodie on, walked up on a few other guys. Some people say it was self-defense. Some people say they was jumping on him. He got tired of it. Here's the deal, the reality of the situation, right? When you don't have self-control or you lose all mental strength and you feel like there's no way out. I hate it for this young man because 30 seconds of a crash out is going to cost him years in prison. Years in prison. You can say self-defense, but guess what? This is how the legal system works. If you don't have proper presentation, how do you prove self-defense with just a public defender? Not gonna work. I'm not gonna say a lot because I don't want to put strikes against him, but the video somebody did that wasn't good. That's not gonna be good for him. Um, but could this have been avoided? Let's watch it one more time, and I'm gonna ask ourselves: could this have been avoided? And then the kids who think this is fun and games until it ain't fun, until they hear the shots go off. So I want you to think about this. See, it look all fun and games, it's giggling and stuff now. It's fun and games until the shots go off, and then it's screaming. We have to teach our kids, man, to not be around this kind of stuff. You can avoid it. Just go ahead and move away, get away from it. Now, there's two sides to this. They're gonna say that these guys was jumping on them. These guys was picking on them. We're gonna talk about that today with peer pressure and stuff. So, two sides to it, right? The bullying side, dudes always picking on somebody. Usually it's in groups. Most of the time it's in groups. And then it's the person that's getting picked on. He only can take so much of that. I see both sides, but I'm saying in the middle of that, the legal system is going to punish you for using a weapon. Not because you was defending yourself, because there was other people that you could have harmed other people. Having possession of a firearm, all of those things are gonna uh it's gonna hurt. And like I say, self-control, man, is one of those things. Like I've been on the other side of it, being bullied and being picked on. But it's better to walk away and not have to deal with the legal system. And we're gonna talk about that today. Peer pressure, family pressure, streets pressure. This is probably a street slash peer pressure situation. He tired of getting picked on. The dudes won't stop picking on him. And the consequences. You can't pick. I keep telling y'all this. You can't pick the consequences. You pick on somebody, they let you do it, or they try to allow you to do it because they try to stay away from it. And you pick on this person and you find out he got a gun now. It's not fun when the rabbit got the gun. And I would tell any kid picking on somebody, man, those days are starting to be over, man. Man, dude's not playing no more. And I just hate it because this kid is going to go to jail. Um, just because it's on video, he had a gun in a public place. He could have shot somebody else. There's a lot of factors just other than self-defense that's going to be factored into this. Not to mention the crime rate is up. I know it's summertime, something about the heat, but so with that being said, could this have been avoided? Is it better to just walk away? Or because you got to ask yourself, you may feel vindicated or justified, but can you do that in court though? And that's where the issue gonna be in court because everybody's saying self-defense, but I promise you, you're not gonna be in the courtroom with them trying to defend them in court. And most of the time, most of the time, we don't have the money for proper defense. Most of the time, 80% of the time, situations like that, you go in there with a public defender. Public defenders work for the state. They only can go so far, and they really operate on limited knowledge because most of them are new, and they're trying to get their experience up. So they don't know how to take a trial all the way to the end. Sometimes they settle the case and they try to make a plea deal. And I ask you, in this case, if you was his attorney, would you take it to trial or would you tell him to let's try to make a deal, let's try to make a plea? Because you're not going to get out of this. The video is going to be hard to overcome when you got video evidence. If it was just he say, she say, sometimes, you can find little loopholes, but video is hard to run past a video, try to outdo a video. So, could this have been avoided? Let me know in the comments. Peer pressure. Do you think peer pressure shapes a lot of kids coming up? Whether you're in the inner city, whether you're in the suburbs, whether you're in the trenches, the streets, the heights, does peer pressure or family pressure or street pressure affect how kids think, how they operate, and how they move? Wanting to be respected by your peers, wanting to be revered by your peers. And when you don't roll with the crowd, can you handle the rejection of your peers, or not wanting to do what everybody else wants to do? Like, can you be okay with being unpopular, or is the peer pressure of being unpopular too much? And I can say from being a person that's 43 now, when you're young, you really can't see past the proximity that you're in. It takes talking to somebody that's older and letting you know that a lot of these people that you're going to school with, your peers, through life process of elimination, you may not be around all of these people. So that's why it's important who you hang around. I used to get told this all the time. Don't hang around the wrong crowd, because at some point this is just from my experience. If you hang around people that do certain things, they're gonna expect you to do those certain things. It's just how it go. You can't hang around bank robbers and then expect them to not look at you as part of the crew if you've been hanging around for so long. And they ask you to come along and you be like, no. And you can say, no, I'm not doing it. But then if you are sensitive to peer pressure, oh man, you don't want to come. Oh man, you being weak, man, you being soft. And you start feeling the peer pressure of not being accepted by your peers. And you have to ask yourself, am I fine with being unpopular, being unaccepted? Because my freedom is more important than being accepted by peers who want to influence me to do negative things. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. CTM TV. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, CTM TV LR, Instagram. Check us out. Check the clips out. Hit the like button, subscribe, help us reach 1K. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate everybody who's been watching. If you would, leave a comment, engage, tell us how we're doing, tell us what you like, what you want us to talk about. And we will gladly shout you out, run that topic by the crew, and we'll talk about it. So with that being said, let's get into some more topics. So the first one, is bullying a learned behavior or born through trauma? Is bullying a learned behavior or born through trauma? A psychologist would say it's a learned behavior. When you look it up, I think sometimes, depending on where you live, it's just a part of the culture, which is unfortunate, but it is. When you're a new kid on the block and everybody else been there, they know you're not from there, and walk up to you, and they say they just want to test you to see if they want to test you to see if you're tough or not. And there are some people who were picked on and they became the bully to avoid being bullied. I've been picked on and bullied before, and usually the times that it was because I was by myself and didn't have a crew. And when you don't have a crew, it's easy to be singled out. It's just kind of how the world works and how kids are. And they'll single you out. And there are some kids who crash out, like we just saw dude at the pool, and they had enough, and they not playing. You know, and it's being more and more prevalent now than it was back in the day. What's going on, bro? You got it.
What's up? What's up, man? I'm getting
Good.
old. Fell asleep.
What do you think, man? Is bullying a learned behavior or is it born through trauma?
uh, we want to say it's born through trauma. It's some reason behind bullying, but bullying has been going on since time begins. People been
Yes.
bullying since the 60s, 50s, 1800s. So
Yeah.
it's a part of society we're trying to weed out, but we don't know how to get rid of it. Um, and all bullying is not bad, but it's just a thing. It's a cool phenomenon. It's like group behavior. Uh, I ain't never seen like two people and somebody bullying somebody. It's normally a larger group, but I think bullying is just one of those things. I don't know
Yeah.
where it comes from. A
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
think
it does come
have you
from
seen it?
trauma.
Have you seen the
Bullying,
video of that guy in the pool? Let me show you something. They said it was they was bullying him too much. And
bullying comes from it's like people who are molesting and stuff like that. A bully usually get bullied at some point.
yeah, I was saying that before you came on too. A bully usually got bullied at some point, and then sometimes they go to being a bully to keep from being bullied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like I
So
can't
they
wait to
playing
get my
funny games.
phone.
Dude in the hoodie, he walk up on two dudes. I heard that's what they say in the comments. They was jumping them or something. So, and I was saying it earlier, like when you do that, you can't pick the outcome all the time. You think I'm gonna just bully this dude and he gonna be in fear for his life or whatever. He just don't want to get bullied. We're gonna run him home and that's good. But sometimes it may not go that way, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I hate about dude, he don't realize he finna be made an example. They already doing it now in the legal system. Um, but there's two sides to bullying. There's the side of people that bully people, and then there's the person that get bullied, but then there's the wild card. You don't know what that person got on his mind that particular day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one day is enough is enough.
Yeah.
That it's a bullying situation with they said it was a bullying situation. The boy in Texas who stabbed the
Yeah.
boy. You
Yeah.
know, you don't never know. Like you can't judge somebody's reaction. You don't know how he gonna bring a knife to school. He gonna bring a gun to school. He gonna bring his big brother. You don't know what somebody's gonna do. Um, Everybody's breaking point is a little bit different.
You know what I found interesting about the case in Texas? I don't hear a lot of people talking about. They said allegedly they raised over 500K, but they didn't use any of that towards his defense. They said he almost like a public defender or something like that.
Hmm,
Um,
that's very
which is
strange.
weird. If my son is in a situation like that, God forbid, but my son in a situation like I'm throwing everything I can at his door. I'm trying to get the lawyer like in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to settle with his parents. Hey, can we can we work something out? You know what I'm saying? Cause I was listening to the lead attorney. They said he tried to come to an event and tried to make amends, and they kicked him out. I don't know, man. He said they didn't play it. They could have played it a whole lot better, but they did. They kind of made them play the whole book on them. You know what I'm saying? Like a book of spades. They just made them play the
Yeah,
whole book of spades.
and
And I always wondered if you have 500K, what did you do? Like, I don't care about my house. I don't care. I'm trying to give my son free. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
that's
don't
the
care about none of
number
that.
one.
But
But
just makes
that's
you think.
another thing. You can't. No matter the situation, when people money hungry, it's gonna come out.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, it's easy to say what you do with $1 million or $500,000 if you don't have it,
right.
but
That's
now
true.
you have it. And if you spending money on his defense, that money's just gonna be gone. Even if you do win the case, you'll never be able to
But do you want your
handle.
son, give your son the best chance to freedom, or do you want to just blow the money?
I
Because it's gonna be gone either way. You're not gonna hold on to 500K and it's just sitting there.
Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do, and I know what you're gonna
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
But we see what they did as
yeah.
well.
But because it's disingenuous for you to be crying, did you exhaust every opportunity for your son? I guess this is what I'm saying. Like, did
Yeah,
you exhaust every opportunity for your son to get the best possible, scenario that he can get? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and I think they could have did with a better lawyer. Maybe they could have did a better plea agreement.
Yeah.
Because 7 years seems like a lot, especially when you're 17 years old. But compared to 35 years, you know.
Man, 35 is crazy.
But
People don't even live to 35, you know what I'm saying?
but to
35.
give somebody under 18 that amount of years with the situation was crazy.
He not the first and he not gonna be the last. I keep telling kids,
Yeah.
once you know how the game is played, you're not gonna change it. One person
But
not gonna change it. You know what I'm
but
saying?
they showed a lot of similar cases with knife violence and even
Yeah.
with gun violence with people that were 17 in the same state. The sentences were drastically
But it wasn't
different.
on TV, it wasn't
Oh yeah,
ostracized on
it wasn't
TV.
a high
It makes a
profile
difference too.
case.
Yeah.
They had better lawyers
More the
probably
lawyers,
and
sure. And see,
better
that's the stuff people
jury
don't talk about.
selection.
That's the
Better
stuff people
jury
don't talk about.
selection
Yeah.
is what some of the money could have went through getting.
Because
But
I believe his dad knew his son probably was bullying people. In my opinion, I think his dad probably knew that too. You know what I'm
it's in
saying?
them. You can.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think the dad was bullying the kids, and that gets the kids that bullying mentality.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
That's
even
why I
though
think he
they
said he forgive him. He said his dad said he forgive him, but I think he knew what his kids was doing. I mean, he could, I just think that his parents or whoever, like, they didn't know how to handle, like, understand, like, when you're going through this, you can try to play hard and like you this and that, but it's gonna cost you doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta be careful about that. Because like they said, they didn't show no remorse. They try to make, man, you just gotta know how to play the game, or it's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got to think, man. Some grown folks, 40 years old, 35, 25 years old, don't know these making same mistake or similar. And then
Yeah,
you're talking about a 17-year-old making a right decision.
cause like my boy Mecca Audio said, shout out to Mecca Audio, man. He said that when you first go to jail, he said it seems like it's quiet, but it's loud inside of your head. He said you're trying to figure out, how did I get here? Why am I here? And then he said when you hear that door slam the first time, it messed with you, man. He said it just, or you're hearing dudes screaming, or hearing dudes, you know what I'm saying? Um, just being in a prison, like hearing nighttime, lights out, and hearing that door lock, you know what I'm saying? Imagine being in the barracks, you 17, you in here with grown men, you know what I'm saying? See, this is kind of stuff people don't talk about when you go to jail. They ain't gonna be talking about dude much. Dude gonna have to do those 35 years while we out here, free in the free world or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And people can say you can fight for your life, but how much fighting did you have in you when you could probably fight off one dude, but when you got five dudes looking at you like a girl, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do then? When you got five grown men, you know what I'm saying?
But it's the chess game or the mental gymnastics you got to perform to
Yes.
not get in that situation.
Yeah.
Like
How
you
many
was
17
hungry.
year olds got that though? That's what I'm saying. How many
Yeah, that's what I'm
17 year
talking.
olds
You
got
was
that? Yeah.
hungry and you just took a honey bun.
Boy,
What is that?
boy,
Now you owe
for real.
somebody, and so it's a game you don't want to play.
Yeah.
In every situation, it's like every situation you study for going in life in prison, the opposite is gonna happen to you. It didn't
Boy,
happen to
you can't.
you like it
Yeah,
happened to Jesse, and it happened to Jesse like it happened to Terrell.
yeah,
Everything
boy.
is gonna be different.
Everything gonna be different. That's real. So, how is pressure in the peer pressure in the inner city that people don't know about? The peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure and bullying. That's good. We got these together because this is the thing. Sometimes it's either eating be eaten. You pick on people to get the attention off of you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I
I'm
agree.
picking on Jesse so no one notice how broke my shoes is,
Right.
or the holes in my jacket. I gotta
Yeah.
be funny, but you don't think about Jesse because you scared. You
Right.
scared, and you picking on him so the group don't pick on you. And that group is peer pressure. You feel pressured to bully somebody.
Right.
I'm bullying you to survive.
I think too, like when you can't pick where you live when you were a kid because your parents, they just have to live where they live. But when they tell you to go outside and you're trying to play with these kids and be accepted, but when they get to doing things that you don't want to do, sometimes the peer pressure of being isolated or saying you soft and this and that affects a lot of kids more than what people want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, why these dudes, why he sliding on people? Well, that's what everybody hanging around doing. Like, you can't hang around people to do that and then be like, I ain't doing that. At some point, they're gonna say you're gonna have to do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
and,
can't-
and it's most of the time it's not that cut and dry. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna
it's
want
not.
to hang out. Like everything is normal. Everything is what you want to do until it's not. Oh,
Boy, for
I
real.
don't mind riding the car. They making videos with guns,
Yeah,
but now they're just shooting. I didn't know they was gonna shoot.
yeah,
Well, me and my 40-year-old mind is like, well, we had a gun. He was talking noise to people. You won't have to use it. He putting himself in the position to use the gun. Well, I didn't know. Well, now you facing, is you gonna
yeah.
snitch or
Like, do you think that what's the dude name for Memphis? Do you think he was under peer pressure, man? Ja Morant, or do you think he was just crashing out?
uh peer pressure with him is different. He's pressured by the culture. That's the culture. If you want to
Yeah,
make a good video, or he wants this reputation, he wants
yeah,
the notoriety. The pressure is he wants it, and you got to do that to get what he wants. So what he wants is that reputation. He wants the viral moments. He wants to portray this image, and
yeah.
that's what you have to do. He feels pressured to do these things to get the image he's wanting.
So what? So when you think about like some of the social drugs and like social drinking, is there a percentage of people that start that by peer pressure because everybody else doing it? They feel like they got to take a drink because everybody else doing it. They got to take a shot of Thunderbird because everybody else doing it in the house.
They let's say they don't want to drink, they don't want to be alcoholics, but they
Right.
want the perception to be cool. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
smoke marijuana, blacks, or cigarettes, not because they like to take the cigar smoke, because they like how it looks. They like,
Right.
I want to be like that. Everybody else is doing it. I want to fit in. I think that'll be a cool look for me. Now you develop the habit, and now you develop the habit just
And it
because of the
started from
look,
peer pressure.
or
Yeah.
just uh wanting to fit in.
Yeah.
Nobody
Wanted to fit in.
said Mike drink this drink, Mike smoke this cigarette. You wanted to fit in. You
Sure.
wanted to look a certain way.
Sure.
Nobody
Yeah.
told you to spend $300 on a pair of shoes, but the social pressure to maintain the look,
Mhm.
you might want to wear corduroys, but that ain't in style.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So
Like we was in McClellan, you can wear thong sandals. Like we was in McClellan, you can wear thong sandals at school, man. Man, please, man. But what do you think about family pressure in the inner city?
Family pressure, it's all good. It's all good when everybody's a lawyer and you're gonna be a lawyer. You're gonna be a doctor because we're all doctors. Nobody
Right,
has a problem with it.
right.
But when I'm a dope boy and you gonna be a dope boy too,
Boy,
this bad influence. You can't choose your child's life. It's the same thing. It's the family business, you
right.
know.
Yeah,
And you
100%.
or well, we all call by the Lord. You know, you got to be a preacher. You got to do this because this the family thing.
Hmm.
It's pressure to fit in their mold, to be like my daddy or not be like your daddy. You know,
Right.
it's good when it's positive and it's bad when it's negative. That's just what it is. But it's all pressure,
Yeah,
good pressure or bad pressure. You know,
yeah, for sure. So, how does a person overcome peer pressure? In your opinion?
it's self identity.
That's real. Yeah.
And ask yourself the question before somebody asks you on the spot. You be like, what Mike said, you know.
They won't be
Hey, well,
overthinking. You don't think they'll be overthinking?
it is overthinking to get ahead, to
I
get
think it's
ahead of the
smart. I don't
curve.
think it's overthinking. I think it's actually smart to do that.
But overthinking is smart. It's thinking. Period.
Yeah.
How can you
Some people
overthink?
think overthinking. Some people think overthinking is like OCD though, like a form of OCD though.
How can you overthink when you didn't think in the first place?
We
You
got a brother. We
overthinking.
say that all the time. We got a brother. We mess with him like that all the time.
Yeah.
He always say, "Yo, no."
So now if you never thought in the first place, that's different from overthinking.
Yeah,
So you get this level and you automatically go for this level. No. It's something in the middle. It's thinking. It's underthinking and not thinking,
yeah,
thinking and then overthinking.
yeah,
And you know, a lot of people think you either here or here. No, it's in the middle ground. You gotta find your middle ground. And you gotta say, hey, who am I? What do I like? Who is my favorite basketball player? Everybody else say LeBron James. You know, I like Wimby. You know, you have to say that and realize how weird that sounds before you in the public eye.
yeah. You
Because
can't.
the
Don't be.
public eye, you conform to the
Yeah,
group. If you
right.
don't ask yourself, or if you don't have that talk with your parents, or your parents don't have that talk with you, hey, what do you do? Hey, look, Mike, what do you want to be? What do you think? What do you
Yeah.
want to wear? What everybody else wearing? I want the new shoes, you know.
Yeah, you have to not be to overcome peer pressure. For me, you got to be afraid to be unpopular. You can't be afraid to be unpopular. Because some stuff you do, everybody not gonna like, and you got to be cool with that. I stand on that's what I'm gonna do. I stand on it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be your own man. Like, because if you don't stand on some stuff, you'll be swayed in either direction. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You don't have
See,
no identity. You know what I'm saying?
I agree and I disagree. So, the thing you say is gonna make you unpopular.
Yeah.
Really, what makes you popular? When you do your own thing, be yourself. People gonna gravitate to that, but you don't know that as a kid. You take
No,
kind
but
of
I'm saying sometimes, like as brothers. No, we was younger. You be talking to me. You was like, man, a bird in the hand beats two in the bush. I'd be like, man, I don't care about the bush. I'm going for,
yeah, I'm getting it
just the
all, you
risk.
know.
I'm gonna take the risk. Sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. You know what I'm saying? You have to live with it. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Let's say we would like let's say three of us.
yeah,
You get them.
yeah,
You you me and like say Nick. Nick always gonna take
yeah.
the bird in the hand.
The high road. He always
Always, you
takes the
know.
high way. Yeah,
I would take the risk sometimes, calculated risk.
yeah.
You going for the 7 every
I'm going
time.
for the mouse. Mouse. I'm mousing.
Every
Throw your
time.
hand up. Throw the hand up. Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
I'm a situation like, well, it's second down and short. You know, I'm gonna throw it up. You know,
Yeah.
on third down. I ain't gonna just get the first down. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive, but Nick was gonna play it always conservative. You know,
Yeah.
but it's the difference that makes you who you are, makes me who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that when you get older, when you're younger, you go through pressure because you want to be, you want to fit in. You know, you want to be cool on their terms instead of cool on your own. And if you work your own way, you're funny. You get your own sense of humor.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that when you're a kid, like I gotta
Yeah, I think too, I would tell kids too, you gotta be absolute in what you want to do. Either you will do it or you won't do it. If you in the middle, you're not sure, a lot of times you can get swayed to I will do
Yep.
it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It happens a lot, man. You know, it's just stuff you grew up in the inner city that you just not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody say you when you young, you drink around certain people you don't party with or drink around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bad things can happen. It just you and if you on the fence about it and you do it, and most of the time something bad happens. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Man, you're
And that
like
just kind of
some men, and you got to teach boys this, and especially in this day and age. And it
yeah,
was really a secret back then. People say, women, why should you drink around? It's the same with thing with men.
yeah,
You know,
100%.
you in the dorm room with Terrell. You know, hey,
Boy,
something happened to you.
boy. Yeah, don't let nobody risk your freedom, man, on some other stuff, on some bull, man. Don't ever let somebody So what is the blowback of not rolling with peer pressure?
To me, I don't see any.
Well, for some people they think they get rejected. People talk crazy about them. You're soft, you're weak. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be down with what everybody else doing. I know in some neighborhoods, if you don't fight, you gotta fight if you're a part of that neighborhood. That's just what it is. And if you don't, man,
Well,
that you know.
you gotta. I don't. If there's peer pressure, I gotta go with it because you gotta protect yourself and your reputation.
You do, but I'm saying, what if this
Something.
kid's academics? What if these kids are academic? They're not into the fighting and stuff. They just happen to live
No,
in that
guess what?
area.
No. So there's no way out of conflict. Ain't academics over conflict because if you're academic and let's say you graduate college at 17 and you're a lawyer, you're gonna meet conflict in the law game. You're
So,
gonna
do you
meet
know how
conflict at
many
the
kids
doctor.
that went to McClellan that were academic, and because they was in that environment, the environment got the best of them?
So so you going from strike one to strike five. You know, you gotta learn how to talk your way out of situations and conflict a little bit. You know, you don't have to be a professional fighter every time you get off the bus stop, but
Well,
you
you
gotta stay
know
your
that there's
ground.
certain groups of dudes that if you get into a certain scenario, it ain't no more talking. It ain't no talking your way out of it.
And guess what? And you have to stand your ground, or you're gonna be walked on all day. I don't know the recipe. My recipe was different than yours.
Yeah, for sure,
Uh,
for sure.
I didn't have to fight every day, but I will fight. And people
Yeah,
got to know you will
but I'm
fight, or
saying
they
some
will walk
kids that
over you.
even myself, like I just don't want to be violent. Like I don't want to because I know what I had to overcome with my dad and stuff.
Yeah,
And
I
some fights I
understand,
did, and some I didn't. And some I walked
but
away from. Like, oh, man, you weak, you this. That's fine, because I don't
but
even know
guess
where these
what?
dudes at now. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell kids.
Exactly.
With peer
But
pressure, you don't even.
I was around you in junior high and high school. You weren't violent, you didn't fight a lot, but nobody walked over you either. You gotta make that line yourself. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, there's
I can't
sometimes
say,
we just run around each other. But you on the bus, like Church and Dunbar, man, the gang time. We talking about that Saturday, boy.
yeah,
Like gang bang, Little Rock, 7th grade was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
yeah. I mean, seventh grade was different. Even for me,
Yeah,
I went to Coverdale by myself. You know,
yeah,
um, it was different. But everybody, you gotta learn when to talk, when to fight, and sometimes you got to. That don't make you bad. That don't make peer pressure get to you.
No, what
But
I'm
the
saying is
consequences.
sometimes I've seen this happen. Sometimes when you taste violence, some people don't do it no more. Some people taste it and that's what they want to do. Like, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, they found their inner nature, but it's controlling discipline on all sides. But
Because
when you look at
every dude ain't a crash. There's some dudes out there, they like soldiers, but they just weren't pointed in the right direction. And
yeah,
they like soldiers, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? And all they did was taste the violence. It's kind of like a Kodiak, bro, tasting human blood, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? And Pio, what's going on, baby?
what's up, bro?
What's that, man?
So what do you think, man? What's the blowback of not rolling with peer pressure? What do you think some of the drawbacks of like the people got to deal with when they don't want to roll with the hood, when they about to ride on another hood? It's like, nah, I don't want to do that.
I don't think there's no blowback like that.
Man, I think it is.
I don't,
They're gonna talk crazy about you. They're gonna call you all kind of
but guess what?
female terms.
So when we say peer pressure, I think we more along the line social pressure, because the group, your social reputation takes a hit. But what
Man,
is it?
Hit the blunt, man. No, I won't smoke, man. You gonna hit this blunt, man.
I ain't never seen,
I've seen dudes go through
ever
that.
seen nobody trying to force drugs on somebody.
I've seen dudes like, here, man, hit that. Oh, I don't want to hit the man. Boy, if you don't, we seen it in movies.
I seen it in movies all the time.
It's like, well, everybody don't do what boys in the hood. You remember when he went to go ride for Ricky? Everybody don't get out the car though. Some people just be like, no, I'm here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's different. And
when he got out the car, they was talking crazy to him too. When he got out the car, they was talking crazy to him.
TV is different in real life. But if you can't handle losing reputation or somebody talking about you,
there's a lot of people that can't. That's why I made
yeah. Your bigger problem is not what they're asking you to do, is you.
Because how many dudes that we see growing up in McClellan, like just going to school in McClellan, they was hard in school for the reputation, but when they went back to their neighborhood, it wasn't like that. It was just because nobody knew they was like that in their neighborhood, you know. Like some dudes real good at playing hard, but like the small percentage are like really about their life, you know what I'm saying?
But that's what gang mentality is about. The strong cover for the weak. If you get that reputation when you're in the group and you really not like that, the group just protects you.
Mm-hmm. I got some on my phone too. Hold on for me.
If anything, they'll be telling you, man, get away from here trying to do this. You don't
know. How do you keep your identity while navigating peer pressure? I was typing while I was driving.
That's the whole thing, right? What I feel about myself, I value that more than what you feel about me. Because when what you feel about me, I value that more, that's when peer pressure really gets to you. That's when it becomes a pressure. And that's the only consequence. That's the only consequence. Yeah. How you think about me.
Yeah.
If I do this, if I do the right thing, you're gonna think.
But if you hanging around dudes that's about their life, they're gonna think differently about you than somebody that's trying to do the positive thing.
But
right?
Guess what? There's no consequences. Only consequence I have is what you think about.
No, I don't know, man. I think some places like Peel was talking about this the other day, like with GD, we talking about the growth and development. How about that? That's what they say now, growth and development. They don't say disciples no more. Growth and development was so structured. Like if you bagged out of something, you didn't do something, they're gonna DP you for that. You know what I'm saying?
That's when you're already in the game. Now you
still peer pressure though.
No, if you can't be initiated in something, saying you dedicated.
How many people doing something and realize it's not what I signed up for? How many people do that?
Hey, guess what? You signed a contract, sir.
Yeah.
As you jumped in. Now, if you were a civilian and they're trying to get you to join the organization, the only consequences, now they might come to your house, they might really pressure you, life and limb in a rare case, but your decision is right there to join or not.
Yeah, because you're going to make that decision every time. Like, ain't nobody say, hey, man, come join the gang. You just going to do it yourself. It's something that you wanted to do, not because they say,
exactly. You
I
wanted,
know, but
you
I know
wanted,
some.
you wanted their reputation.
I know
You
some
wanted
neighborhoods
the
too
persona.
that the kid don't want to go in the game just because you the new kid on the block. They're gonna come test you too.
Yeah, I
For
saw
no reason.
that. Yes, I saw that on TV a lot. And being tested, you'll be an outcast. You will not in the group, and you may get
Oh,
beat up a couple times. But guess what? In 20 years,
They
I ain't gonna remember these butt whoopings.
not even 20 years, but the first year they gonna be like, man, you don't even mess with dude, cause he gonna fight you. You might not win, but he gonna fight you every time if you try him like that. And
I
Yeah.
mean,
then
like
So
dude at the pool. Now
so
they
here,
getting the gun. Now the dudes are getting picked on getting the gun like dude at the pool, man. What?
exactly, and that's where you make a bad decision. You made
Yeah,
the
bad
decision
decision. Yeah.
because you didn't want to deal with the ridicule or the public humiliation. You escalated.
How do
You
you
either
deal with it?
did the bad thing
Like, how do
or
you? I guess it's too. How do you like when people are jumping you and it's just you and you're just like 3 or 4 on one? Like, how do you deal with that after like these? Like, man, it wasn't nothing I could do. Like they was 4 on one. If they would have fought me 1 on 1, it would have been different. But it was 4 on 1. You know what I'm saying?
what we was
Like,
taught. Sorry about that.
no, go ahead.
Two, you can handle, but when it's like you getting packed out by 4 or 5, that's different.
Yeah.
But you boy, he had that on his mind anyway, because he got on a hoodie at the pool.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
dude
gotta
going
read
down.
the
Yeah, dude
signs.
going down. Yeah, the video, dude,
You,
it's over with for dude, man. It's a wrap.
you gotta read the signs, but
He ain't been watching the news. Apparently, he ain't been watching the news. You know what I'm saying? They gonna
but
make an
he
example of
don't
the news.
care about doing. He cared about being scared, and he gonna show them. I'm gonna show them about me. But really, as a person who fought and been fought and jumped, if you stay on your feet,
Mhm.
it ain't that bad. Especially the younger you are. You know, like 6, 7, 8. The nervousness and you're scared in the moment, but when you shake it off, it ain't that bad. You know,
Right, for sure. It's not.
when you
You're right.
get when you're a team that hit a little harder, and you may have them big guys, them do dirties, but they usually not mean. You know, you jump, you shake it off. You know, but if you fall on the ground, like they might stump you out, you might die. So you gotta keep your
Yeah.
feet, and this in a couple of weeks it blow over. You know, but now social media is here. People still got the video from when you was in 10th grade.
I
You
mean,
know,
like I said, man, I've had some neighborhoods you live in though, Nate, because it's like small. It's like the word get around. Like say, if you live in Hemlock Court, they jump you. Everybody in Hemlock Court gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it
guess
don't
what?
happen just one time.
It's it's bad, but it usually blow over. You know,
Sure,
and if they jump
but
you
it might
more
not
than
blow
once,
over instantly though. It may take
guess
some
what?
time, but you might get jumped 2 or 3 times.
But your mind, it feels like an eternity. You get jumped, and that 2 hours after you get jumped, it's an eternity in your mind. What's gonna happen? The anticipation. What's gonna go out there
What do
next
you
time? Now you scared to
What do
go
you think
outside.
broke? What do you think broke in the young man at the pool with the hoodie on? What do you think broke in him? That he's like, it's not that bad. You know what? What do you think? Say, you know what? It is that bad. I gotta.
Fear, anticipation, and your imagination. Your
Yeah,
imagination is sometimes your worst enemy. You
yeah.
imagine things happening, and you imagine they still talking to me. They're talking about me. They gonna do this. When they see me next, they gonna do this. They gonna kill me. You think this is life or death, and your
Mhm.
emotions and your anxiety forcing you to think life and death every time. And
Yeah.
it ain't that bad. And guess what? If they jump you more than once, um, you start hitting them. I hit 1 or 2 of y'all so hard.
Oh yeah.
Y'all
The
gonna
first
feel,
one gonna get it. The first one run up gonna get it. You know,
and they gonna be thinking about that every time I jump,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna jump doing
Uh,
no more
ho-
cause
hopefully you ain't the one to get caught.
yeah,
But like, yeah, we whooped him, but damn, he socked you up.
Let me ask you this: do vices come from peer pressure?
they can because substances are addictive.
Like passing the 40
You
ounce. Did that come from peer pressure? Passing the 40 ounce around? Did that come from peer pressure?
Yeah, no, man. You
Social
make that
pressure.
choice. You make that choice, man.
You want to be
You
in
want
that
I be
circle.
telling y'all people making choices. Y'all be saying they like that, man. I be trying to...
It
But
is
you
no, it ain't like the pressure you saying it is. But
right.
I want to be in this circle so
Right.
bad. I will
Yeah.
do whatever it takes to be here. If drinking this drink and looking normal, this is where I want to be. And you developed a habit just for being there.
Yeah.
You made the choice.
Oh, I
I didn't
agree.
say,
Make the choice.
I didn't say,
agree.
Mike, come in this circle. You better not leave. No, you want to be there. Everybody in the circle wants to be here. People on the outside of the circle want to be in the circle. If all
Right.
they got to do drink some drink or whatever, smoke a little whatever,
Yeah.
that's what they gonna do.
What do you think, Bill?
But he said they don't get no clearer than that, man.
So let's I want to play this video real quick. I think I sent it to Peel earlier, man. Let me tell you what you think, John. What's his name was dropping stats on these dudes. They ain't want to hear it. Seemed like they didn't want to hear it anyway. I don't know.
Please.
Break it down. Please break it down.
Just right.
No, why they got it?
He ain't gonna let me talk. He ain't gonna let me
I'm
talk.
letting you talk, but I just want
Let me answer the question.
Go answer. You're right. You're 100% right. Answer that bitch.
So, dear black people, there's a statistic in this country that says 1 in every 3 black motherfucking males will go to prison or be on some form of community supervision in their lifetime. It don't say maybe, it don't say but, it don't say possibility. It says 1 in 3 will go.
So y'all think he capping, or y'all think that's a real stat?
See, when they point out stats like that, we always self-police. We always self-stat. Talk about the stats on black men. But some of the same stats can be said about poverty or about WIC, EBT, government assistance, SNAP. Our white counterparts have similar stats. You know, every time you got to look at the part you play in white supremacy. If
Right.
you think they're better. You always talking about, not you.
I don't think Charleston White's saying that, but I think he's saying, how do we change, like, to not be a part of the stat?
But
Right.
you are still pulling up the worst stats about us, and you uplift them.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
is it?
like, so
Would it be
it's
good to know how the
clear.
game, to know how the game is played, so you can know how to play it?
Like,
No, that's not what he said. He said
I'll take it for me. Yeah.
3 black men, one of them go to prison. And you know, how do we stop that? What do you do with us? You know, we uplifting our community, being positive. That's all we can do.
mm-hmm.
I can't
But,
take on
but
the
in the jail field majority black men, like, how do we change it?
How is that a strike against me, you, or anybody?
No, he was
can
talking to
help.
them. I think how women
No,
Yeah.
we're black men. He talking black men.
I think,
There's
like, for me,
unifying things.
how do we keep kids from even going down that path? Like, you know, how do we even eliminate that kind of stat? Because data is real. People don't want to agree with it. I know people don't like agreeing with it, but data is data. You know what I'm saying?
I understand data, you know, framing and so how do we do? We first step, don't be a part of the statistics yourself.
Right.
Then uplift the youth, and don't let the stats get you down. You know,
Right, for sure. Don't let it get you down. Know what you're up against. And
well,
then go ahead and overcome it.
one out of 3 of us.
So for the ones that not going, they're gonna be on probation. How many guys have ever been to prison? Raise your hand.
Probation, prison.
How many probation?
Yeah. That's important.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 3.
So you believe statistics go?
Numbers don't lie. Men and women do. They've been putting these numbers on us since the 70s, and they ain't lied yet with them. 80% of men in prison come from a single parent home.
Ooh.
70% of rapists come from a single parent home. 60% of teenage pregnancy. So these numbers don't lie. This is
Man.
So what how was he used in those stats? How was that helpful?
Right.
I think you're trying to get dudes to wake up. I don't know, like some dudes be pushing the trenches
Wake up.
behavior, man. You know what
So
I'm saying?
what?
But yeah, I don't think I don't like about it is like using data is it's cool or whatever. But the narrative that he be pushing sometimes, like fool, you came from a 2-parent household, you went to jail. So it
That's
ain't no
true.
matter, like it don't
Yeah.
matter what you try to say, like you went to jail.
I'll be thinking, how do we lower the stats? How do we go from
I understand
60%
what
single
you
parent home?
doing with the stats,
Yeah.
trying to lower
Yeah.
them. But what was his point in bringing these stats up? What's your other talking point on that? What is the solution?
It
You're
seemed
showing
like,
for
even though
accountability, you're showing me the
I don't
problem.
agree with the approach that he's taking. It seems like he's trying to do it that way. He's trying to be radical with it. And I don't know. I don't know if this because with dudes like he's talking to, you trying to come off nice, you trying to, be, articulate, but they not hearing it. But then when you have to be raw like that, drop the stats, and then they be like, okay, I kind of sometimes some dudes just, I don't know, man. It's just weird, man. When you talk to people, just like it's some older people that they was raised in the country, they never lived in the projects, so they don't know what it's like living in the projects. They disconnected, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just at a thing, like it was like a small church, and I was saying they was saying why young dudes don't connect with faith when they're young, and I told them, I told Peter Saturday, I said, man, a lot of these kids when they was living in the projects, you only go to the refrigerator and there's pet milk in there. That's it, and baking soda to keep the refrigerator from smelling bad, but it ain't even nothing in there to smell bad. You know what I'm saying? And that was free from the commodity place. You know what I'm saying? And when you live in the instability, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you don't realize like you gotta overcome, even though it's tough. Even though I know I had to go for that. Like it may not be favorable the situation, but you gotta find what's favorable to you.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
it's like you can speak on it because you've been around. But from a person that ain't never been around this, you ain't never had to live in these type of situations, trying to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing. How can you better yourself? You already had the silver spoon already.
No.
You already was advanced. Yeah, parents was messed up. But you gotta understand, like everybody ain't gonna take too lightly about, what you saying, how you talk to people. You can talk to people, but everybody ain't gonna be receptive that way because you coming off in the streets, you coming off with that smart mouth,
Yeah.
what would have happened. And then he'll use that to play that game, like
Yeah.
talk crazy, I'm gonna put the police on you. You know what
Boy,
I'm
for real.
saying? That's why
Yeah.
nobody I don't care
And
what.
you want us to see certain sides of you, but the ignorant side go with it still attached to the same body. The woke side, the intelligent side, is still attached to the ignorant side. So you want me to ignore this ignorant side? You can't give me a gourmet meal and on the same different side of the same plate, you got a piece of shit.
Mhm.
I
Right.
don't care how good the steak look, it's on the plate with a piece of trash.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. You can't it's like ministers sometimes. They say the word of God, and it's no flaws and no sorrow on the word of God, but you're doing this stuff. And you telling
Right.
me not to look in the man. Sir, you molested kids. And we were supposed to, no matter how appealing this is on your right side or the right side of the plate, you get this evil on the other side of the plate. We see that. We can't just ignore that. And I
Right.
think that's just a problem with him. He'll say something extremely intelligent and woke. They make you think that was positive. Then he'll be in the internet with a dumb video, hit somebody in the head with a
For sure. So with that, guys, we finna get ready to end this thing, man. On that note, I'm with y'all. Charles White do be on some other stuff, but I thought it was interesting. He was throwing
He
stats.
has some good points sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes a broken clock may be good about 2 times a day.
Mhm.
But make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thinking Game Podcast, most consistent podcast in the rock. Pill, Jay, Mike in the house. Anything y'all want to say before we sign out?
Yeah, man, back to work.
What? Back to
Keep
work.
watching.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we signing out. Catch you on the next one.